Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Do it for Johnny. Do it, Dark Side Rebel, Bronx Star, Tracos, Kalertho. Welcome. Welcome to the first of two shows this weekend. Once again, we are going to run a show Friday night right now, just a few minutes, 6 p.m., as well as another show on Sunday. I'm doing this is an all vintage show, and then Sunday will be a mix. There is going to be, I'm trying to celebrate the Mandalorian and Grogu, but which is kind of a good one to celebrate when it's vintage, when you consider it's a vintage and a modern show, because vintage is, closer to where the timeline is for the Mandalorian, and modern is where all the toys that they made, because they're modern. So we are going to do a little scan in a moment. So you guys are the early birds, and we'll get you guys in and show you what we have. I would say it's a modest show today. It's not. I don't have any huge items, meaning in size, but I got a couple of good ones, good figures here, and I think that when I have a really good figure, I run it by itself. When I have maybe a slightly banged up or paint scuffed figure, I might run two together. So we'll go through and show you guys what I'm talking about, and I'll do a scan a little later, about halfway point. We got a couple of giveaways. All right, so let's go through this. First, we got a couple of accessories we'll run mid-show. Okay. Also, compliments of Florida Man. We got a few 10 packs here of Garbage Pail Kids. Each of these, we're going to run each of these sets of 10. They're all different for anybody's into that. Got a Bespin Leia complete. Got a Jawa complete. Complete. It's a little bit better paint on this one. Going to run a set of these retro figure, or not set, individually. I picked up a new one of these, so I'm actually going to run for my personal collection, the Empire Strikes Back Mix and Match Storybook, which is a lot of fun. I'm going to run a couple of these trays individually. Okay. Now, full disclosure, these three figures are open blister. They're complete. Okay, they have amazing cards, but they are in fact open blister. I purchased a few sets of auction items this last week that were all open blister, but they're really good condition, and I'm curious to see how much we can get them for. This one had a little. This one's almost it looks like it was resealed slightly. It's still very loose. This one's completely open, and this one's kind of in the middle, kind of been sliced. Okay, so they're not mint figures and carded or anything. I'm gonna run just a couple of sets of magnets, a couple of custom card backs. Going to run this beater lot of figures. And the rest you see are either individual with original card back, complete if they're in the clamshells. And if you don't see a figure on here, you can ask me if I have any loose. Like, I have no other carded figures today that I'm selling. They're kind of in storage. But as far as loose figures, loose incomplete, I'm starting a new system here. I totally stole this idea. I wish, dude. You said Yibran Guerrero. If I had a Red Bar R5, I guarantee you I would not be selling it. Unless it was my second Red Bar, which it is not. So no Red Bars today. I'm on the hunt myself. So if you guys know of anyone, let me know. I'm looking for a better than beater Red Bar R5. Meaning I don't need it to be graded. I don't need it to be perfect condition. So you're funny. While I have it, I'll run it right next to my blue Snaggletooth and my Vinyl Cape Jawa and my, let's see, what else? Oh, my Vlix from Brazil. So we'll go with that. All right, guys. So it is 6 o'clock. I think we can get started. Guys, we're doing dollar starts for this. Okay, so you know the value of what this is. So let's let me get my show open here. I typically run. Ooh, currently live. Open. Okay. Oh, they changed that. Nice. Okay. I'm still fighting this cough, guys. Still fighting, but all right. We are gonna run. 20 seconds with 7-second counters. Dollar start. This is for R5D4, by the way. My Grogu guys will. I mean, I don't know if you want me to run this. I feel like, go see the movie and you'll be able to pick up one of these. I did see the movie. I did love the movie. I'm going to see the movie again. Hopefully tomorrow, and then I'll see it again on Monday. I have tickets for Monday. Tomorrow it might be just on a fluke thing, but I'm on board. I will say this: the movie I was in did not do 3D well, so I wasn't a fan of the 3D. Oh, that's really weird. Hold on. Why does it do that? Okay. Let me do one thing here, guys. Thank you for your patience. These are, for those new to the channel, new to what we do here, this is something I put together. It's like a mini card back. And we got a decent looking trooper, a little bit loose limbed legs, loose triple L. The new figure bin years ago. You're talking about my little drawer thing? You're talking about this? I'm just trying to figure out the best way I can organize them. Yeah, I picked up a few of these bins to kind of hold the figures in there, and so that I can store them, maybe each week, just make sure I have one or two and everyone ready to go. And also that if somebody says to me on a fly, hey, do you have a Leia? And if I didn't happen to have one out, I can quickly look it up and try to run one. That's kind of what I'm hoping to do. That's kind of weird that did that. Just a second, guys. I'm just noticing 274 pounds large. Huh. That's weird. I'm sorry, guys. I just had a weird... Things are looking different today. That's all. Well, I guess I'll just start with that. Let's have a medium one. All right, let's run. It says medium. I don't know why it says medium. Unless I just didn't write it right. Apologize for that. Do my best to set this up ahead of time, but sometimes it gets all weird. Yeah, so I set up these little bins so it's just easy to access. I totally stole the idea from okay, this is running, number 2, Stormtrooper. I totally stole this idea from Spectre Creative. I don't like to take credit for stuff that I didn't come up with myself, so I like to give credit. Spectre Creative is a YouTube channel. He's really actually very cool about the inside industry of Akbar. Yes, I will put an Akbar up next. He's really cool about the he worked for Mattel. Oh, good grab on that one. Okay. No clamshell case or anything for this one, but it is a good figure. Got a little bit of worn in on the arm there, but all my figures are in what I say good condition. Played with, but good condition. If otherwise, I'll pair it with another figure, or I will put it in a beater lot, things like that. Hey, running. But yeah, it's just, I'm trying to find different ways. Right now I have like oodles of figures that are sitting in Ziploc bags, and I'm trying to figure out a way to transfer them. Hey, first purchase. Thank you, Kenny B63. I appreciate that. All right, let's go with this. This is actually a very clean and really good snaggletooth. Okay, clean paint, little bit on the heels. Okay, a little rough on the heels, but otherwise, nice. Any size noodles today? Well, actually, I am going to run a set of the three, unless you'd rather me run them separate. I mean, my size. I have a good size noodles. I have two droopies, two maxes, and one Psy. So I was gonna run. I do have a biker scout. I can run biker scout next. Actually, wait. Yeah. Yeah. I think you know what. On second thought, I think I will run Psy separate. $4 figure. But hey, $4 is my aim, so we're good. All right, someone asked for Psy. Let's run Psy noodles. All right, got the skirt, got the feather on top, no problem. Doesn't lean, stands. I got one Bespin guard that's complete. And let me grab the biker scout. Sorry, I don't have a clamshell to go with these guys. I still need to make a clamshell. Bespin guard. Oop. Sorry. Keep stepping on my stuff. Yes, it was a great first purchase, right? All right, Chris Cam. Thank you for that purchase. Biker Scout. Let's take a good look at it. A little bit of scuff on the arm, and a tiny bit of discoloration in the back. More the back of the torso than the way. It's a little bit, but it doesn't really start to stick out more until the back. Sorry, no Lumats today. In fact, I have no. You're welcome, Chris. I have no Ewoks. That I'm running right now. Have I ever seen a Max Rebo that isn't faded? Well, it's funny you should ask that, Bob K70. I may in fact have one tonight that is not faded. Good one. Good grab on that, Dark Side Rebel. All right. First I'll show you this one. All right, but let me run the Bespin guard first. But first of all, let me do this. All right, so full disclosure, like most Bespin guards, there is a little bit of fading, although my Bespin guards, as far as Bespin guards go, I think this is a pretty good one. Okay, it's got a little bit. You can see a little bit of that's right on the center of the chest. But most of my Bespin guards don't even come this close. Okay, and he does, of course. It's a common weapon, but it is an original. Guys, I do all originals. Okay, no repros here. However, I'm human. Sometimes one slips through, and if it does, you just let me know and I'll make it right. Okay. All right, get the clamshell and the card back. The custom card back. I'm going to run this one a little bit more since it's complete. If you're new to the channel, be sure to check out my unboxing show on YouTube. Darth Superstar's Unboxing Show. Thank you. I'm glad you love it. I actually run the card backs separate in a little while. All right, excellent. Okay, so here is a faded Max Rebo. What the one person was mentioning about with Bob K70. This is kind of the typical thing that happens to Max Rebo. Okay, you can see his torso remains, and I'm sure you're all collectors. I know you know this, but his torso remains semi-blue, but the arms and legs and hand and the head tend to fade. So you're talking about my honesty? I'm confused. I mean, can you explain that, Tom? Toman? I wasn't sure. Yes, I am running the retro series individually. All right, so this is a faded. This is a faded one. So we'll start this one at $1. You can actually, start your Max Rebo. Some people I know, you can go on. There's a great channel on YouTube, Toy Polloy. He kind of shows different ways that he's, painted the figures to get back to that normal thing. But of course, when you doctor up the figures, that's kind of, you got to be careful with that. Did I just? Oh wait, sorry. Go ahead. Here it is. Oh, I see what you're saying. Thank you, Thomas. Sorry for explaining that. Yeah, it is true for everyone. But I always find that the first I've been on the buyer end. I've rarely purchased an individual accessory and have it be sold to me as original and have it be repro. But I've purchased Florida Man. Ooh, dude, I think I might have gotten this one from you. I love it. I love when the circle of whatnot things go back. They just keep getting bounced back and forth. All right, so someone was asking about the retro series, so why don't I start with one of those? We'll start with this one. It's actually not part of the original one that I had. This was a different one. This is a retro Han Solo. I think this might have come from Ultimate DJ. This is the retro trench coat Han Solo. Okay. Obviously, the on card, it makes perfect sense. I will run this at 4. But when I've been in a situation as a buyer, when I've purchased a lot of accessories or a bunch of figures with accessories, if the accessories if an accessory turned out to be a reproduction, I would contact the seller, and either they would refund or I'd do a return, and they did it without any questions asked. So that was good. There you go, Tracos. Good grab on that. All right. And again, guys, keep throwing out. If there's anything you're looking for, this is just a nice, decent Obi-Wan Kenobi, slightly loose arm. Bet you get the card back with this one. Yeah, I'm starting to run out of card. I mean, I'm not running out of card backs. I've made so many. What I'm running out of is I'm running out of card backs like for certain figures. Yeah, so I managed to see the movie last night. I'm a little exhausted because it was a 9:30 show and it was in an AMC theater, so it was about a half an hour worth of commercials or trailers. $3 Kenobi. Yikes. All right. Okay, guys, just a nice. This is a pretty good gammy guard. Let's take a good look at it. Nice color on the horns. Okay. Good feet. Good trailers. Yeah. I'm gonna throw in a it's kind of a beater card with it, but I'll throw that in. I did not buy $200 worth, but I did buy the AT-AT that was $80.80, which I swear was meant to be a pun. $80.80. That's what the. So I did splurge on that. And see trailers. The Minion trailers, that if you like the Minions, that look cute. There's that one. I can't think of the name. It's that one about the town that's on the edge that gets like it's totally moved or something. With Ewan McGregor's in it. Any of the stuff that completes this. I have to look at that thing there. Okay. Something beeping. What's beeping? All right, another complete figure, guys. We've got a 100% complete Lando skiff. Has the helmet. Has the vibro blade. Comes with a clamshell and a custom tri logo. Okay, tri-logo just to give it a little bit of difference there. And you get the clamshell. All right. I hear you. I hear you. I get this thing on my water softener is beeping. I'm gonna fix that. Happens every Friday night. Hey, Bronx Star. Thank you. All right. Yes. We have a decent with the collar, Leia. A little bit of weirdness with the eyebrows. Okay. And a little bit of weird paint with the feet. Looks like she's wearing one shoe and a different shoe. She's wearing two different shoes. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the. You know what? Now that I think about it, the trailers weren't that memorable. There wasn't any. Oh, Toy Story 5. That looked good actually. Certainly. I know that they're kind of milking that franchise for all it's worth, and they keep telling these crazy like heart wrenching stories that you think, okay, now it's over, and then they come up with more. But what the heck? It's fine. I don't mind. Okay, guys. How about this? We got a nice last 17. Nice Anakin. Okay. I'm gonna start this one a little higher. I'm gonna start this just about. No. You know what? Star Wars Daddy? No, I didn't get a Dune 3, and I didn't get an Odyssey. I didn't get anything from Marvel. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, the trailers were kind of meh. I mean, the ones I mentioned, it was Toy Story. It was that one with Ewan McGregor. It was. Oops, sorry. It was the Minions. I think there was one more, but it was not Odyssey. I was totally expecting Odyssey. All right. I'm going to run this one, guys. It's not like uber high, but just a little bit more than $4. Let's do 15. Because he's the last 17, even though he's not a ultra rare last 17. By the way, Star Wars Daddy, if you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, check it out. He sells on that other platform down by the bay, and he's amazing. And he has a cool membership program that you got to check out. You're going to get I buy a ton of stuff that I resell here, but I also buy a bunch of stuff for my own personal collection. Some of the stuff I replace in my collection and then sell my personal collection stuff. Hey, there we go. Good grab. All right. Any parts of a Y-wing? Sorry, no parts today at all. I'm looking around. I thought I had some more, but nothing yet. I have a couple of things on order coming in. Okay, we just got a nice basic Klaatu. Okay, good army build. A little bit of butt rub there, nothing too serious. Plain and simple. We'll go back to $1 start for this one. Build your army. We are about 10 away, guys, from a giveaway. Hey, Dark Side, there you go. Good grab on that. Here's a 2-1B, just missing his staff, but he's got the hose. A little bit of butt rub on it, but it's so funny because I think the butt rub was clear. Yeah, I know. Darkside's getting the deals today, man. He is getting the deals. I need to do some better lighting here, guys. Let me run this, and then I will see if I can get more light. There we go. A little bit better. A little bit better. Any more Akbars? Yeah, actually, I was going to run 2 together. I've actually done a little bit of customization and turned Akbars into calamari officers. So that's what I suggest for these. They're not bad. They're pretty good. I'll show you. This one's just got a little dirt on it, and this one will come. The dirt will come off, but it's decent. It just got a little faded with the paint. Like the one I just ran, it was a much brighter red. Otherwise, it just needs a little bit of that. But I'll put a second one in there, so you can build your calamari officers. See, look at it. You can tell. You can tell this guy was faded a little bit in the front, but if you look at him from the back, he's got a little bit more vibrant color. Okay, so 2 Akbars. I'll run this. We'll do this before. Amon Calamari Bridge. What a cool concept for a diorama or a little playset. You get that little floating chair that Akbar sits in. Okay, buddy Kudu. Good grab on that. All right. This guy here. Ooh, don't fall. This is a Luke. He's been through the Hoth wilderness. He's got a little fade on his the standard thing that happens here. He's got the fade on the boots, faded paint on the scarf. So we're throwing a card for him. I don't have many Lukes. I'm in the market. I've got a few orders of stuff coming in, so we'll be able to replenish some figures here. But again, keep asking me questions, guys, if you have any specific character you're looking for, because now I have my little drawer space here that I can quickly access and say, hey, I can quickly see if I have any. I'll run another one. The next series is the New Hope series with all of the. It's basically all like new ones except for Walrus Man. So I'll run one of those next. Dark Side Rebel got a $2 figure. $2 figure. Okay. This is a Dr. Evazan. All right, retro collection. Blah. The only thing I don't like about the retro collection, I love the retro collection. The only thing I don't love is the backs. It's just boring. We need pictures. Come on, give me the everything. All right, we'll start this at 4. This was my favorite set of the retro collection, this series, because it was 5 figures that were brand new, but they were all figures we wanted back from the original series. So I really loved it. So I'm gonna run the entire set of these. So there's 5 more that I'll kind of do sporadically as we go on. Thank you, Trekos. All right. Kind of just a hammerhead, but one thing I want to point out about this hammerhead: good arms, good legs. Head is very stiff. Does not. In fact, it's like it has a little. You can actually hear it. Have a lot of give. It doesn't just spin around like most hammy heads. And he looks like he's judging you like most hammy heads. What are you looking at? Very good, very good. About 5 away from a giveaway, guys. This is the. I am not yet parting with the Grogu cup. I keep my popcorn buckets around and sippers for a little while. Bright Star, good grab. Thank you for that. Okay, guys, we got a nice little Dengar here. Okay, just basic. I'll tell you what. Let's do this Dengar. She's a little bit of the shinier paint version. You got the Tri-Logo card, and I'll make it complete with his blaster. Or rifle, I should say. Yeah, so yeah, love the movie, love the story, love the characters, love the world building, love the world continuation. I'm trying to keep it spoiler free because I know a lot of people are going to probably go see it this weekend. Go see it, guys. If you want Star Wars in the theater, you got to go see Star Wars in the theater. I know that seems kind of weird. Like some people just don't care, and I get that. And that's not just about Star Wars. That's about any going to the movies at all. Guy's got a droopy McCool. Okay, good figure, good paint, good limbs. Just missing his flute and mic. So we ran a Max, we ran a Psy, now we're running Droopy. All right, good grab on that. Thank you. Let's run a complete. Let's do a Chewy. All right. Comes with the Jedi card back custom. Good paint. Tight limbs. It's one of the most prettiest themes that Ludwig Göransson wrote. I mean, I love the Mando theme, but the Grogu theme for me is just gorgeous. Guys, if you're just joining, we're doing vintage tonight. If you have a specific figure, character you're looking for, please let me know. I do not have any last 17 for the rest of the night. I do not have any modern tonight, other than the retro collection, which is vintage-ish. TK Nichols in the house. Guys, check out TK Nichols' show. He does an amazing show as well. He's very detailed when it comes to the accessories. Okay, I want to point out, guys, 9Nub. First of all, there are more than one of these characters, so you can always customize, but I do like to point out that, you know, there's a little bit of paint rub on the back, but right here is where it tends to get scraped up, and this one's pretty clean. So I think this is a pretty excellent figure. Not a gradable figure, but a nice displayable figure as well. You're welcome. In the retro series, I have a Sand Trooper, a Luke Yavin, Han Solo Stormtrooper, the Walrus Man repack or redo, and a Rebel Trooper. Those are the ones I'm running today. Oh. All right, guys, we're just about ready for a giveaway. So, let me. All right, so we're gonna do. Let me start the giveaway. And today. Okay. In terms of this is the next figure that we're gonna auction off, which is nice, clean General Madine. Although he does have a little bit of weirdness of the shoulder, just a little bit on the back there. Full disclosure. Okay, let's run him for $1. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes I switch to $4 starts. That's for when it's. I try to do it for when it's carded. I mean, not carded in a clamshell. And we're gonna run this little Bespin guard back here. He's the giveaway. I appreciate the hearts. Thank you, guys. And your first purchase, Davin Derville. Thank you so much, Devin Derville. Devin Derville. Thank you for that. And I appreciate the follow to the people that are following me. Thank you. I run shows, guys, pretty much every Friday and Okay, guys, this is a. Well, you know what? Let me run a custom. I'll do a custom card back after this. All right, point it out, guys. Look at the face. Those in the know that these are hard to come in. Now there is a little bit of wear, but as faces go, here's one that I'm running in a few minutes, or not, later in the show. Where is it? This is what happens to these figures more often. I mean, this is, of course I grabbed the wrong one. That's the one with the bad hands. Yeah. This one looks like he's got like legions on his face. Okay. This is the clean face version, which is something you really want to try to, and then be very careful. I usually try to pack it very safely. It does have some wear on it, but it's much better than others. Oh, dang it. Forgot to do that. Shoot, sorry. All right, and last few seconds on the best spin giveaway. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here's a go. You take home the best spin guard for giveaway. Congrats on that. And thank you, Dark Side Rebel, for that purchase. Good $7 loop. That's not bad at all. Guys, if you're messaging me, I saw somebody left me a message in the messaging and whatnot. Please keep in mind, I got a lot of things going on right now, so it's hard for me to check messages. If you want to leave it in the chat, that's probably easier. Thank you years ago. All right, guys, we got a nice little IG-88. Basic figure, no accessories, but pretty good. And I will change it now. We will start this off at $1. There it is. Okay. Yeah, guys, if you have any other figures, specific characters you'd like to ask me to run, please do so. I love trying to accommodate as best as I can. I don't have every character. Certainly, as I said, I'm not running any last 17. All right, Koch, good grab. Thank you for that. All right, so so for the people new to the group, okay, I make these type of mini card backs. They fit in the double wide clamshells of the few figures that I've sold in there, and these are basically perfect replicas of the card backs, correct colors, and everything. Okay, they have the correct backings. Okay, although the backings sometimes are off a little bit, but it's really just for the front. So this is a Greedo, yes. Snaggletooth, I already ran one, but I'll see if I can run another. And Walrus Man, I'll see if I can run one. I didn't have one on the table, but I can maybe access that. All right, guys, these are a labor of love and a labor of something that hello, Florida Man. Florida Man likes to use them for giveaways and for the and for some, he uses them as dividers for a really cool card game he plays on his show. Something I'm going to try to do over the summer when I have a little bit more time. Maybe run a third show during the week. But I do very much appreciate this. This helps offset the cost of letting figures go for $3. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right. So speaking of Florida Man, these are compliments of him. I'm going to run a set of these. I don't know if there's any interest, but we have 10 Garbage Pail Kids. Okay. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of interest in these on the channels that sell Star Wars. They're all different. Okay. And they come with the cool plastic cases. Again, this is courtesy of Florida Man. He did this really cool kind of a blind give here. Gonk Droid. No Gonk Droids. I am Gonk Droidless. I need to get some more Gonk Droids. But someone was asking about a Walrus Man. Oh, nope. Oh, yes. There we go. You know something? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I may even have a card back for that. In fact, I know I have a card back for that. Give me a second. Come on. Seriously? It's going to be difficult. Right, thank you for that grab. A retro Tuscan, meaning the retro collection. No retro Tuscan today. I had one, but I sold that. Let me run. This is an original Walrus Man, not retro. Okay, good limbs. Check out the tusks. Slight paint rub on one of them. And someone was asking me about another snaggletooth. And then I'll run a retro after that. Got about 100 auctions today, guys. Maybe a few more when you include all of the. Okay, $5 one. That's not bad. Thank you, Dana. There. All right. Here's a good snaggy. Good paint. Same thing with the heels. Just a little bit on the bottom there. Well, I think actually now that I'm looking at it, might be actually part of the design. Stay there. Thank you. I love the name. No disintegrations. You're welcome there. That is this. I love some of the way people, the way the monikers people have. They're just a lot of fun. Danderville, I love it. All right, thank you for that purchase. Okay, so first let's do another retro. This is a retro Sand Trooper. Kind of cool. Comes with the pauldron. Yeah, Kate Thompson unlocked bronze Tashi Station, so make sure you look at the crown up top, and you get some deals. All right, Trigas, thank you. Thank you for that. All right. Yes, Greedo, coming up. All right, Greedo. Where are you? Where are you, Greedo? There you are. So a really good clean figure, guys. This might have been a Star Wars Daddy purchase. I like to give credit. It's got a slightly loose arm, but not even really. Just kind of, just a little bit looser than the other one. Not loose like it's going to roll around the. It's going to try to pitch softball. All right. Good grab on that. Thank you for that purchase. All right, we got a mostly complete Obi-Wan Kenobi. This might have been compliments of Florida Man or Ultimate DJ, whom I think bought from me originally. It does have a saber, but it is missing the tip. That's why I say it's mostly complete. Okay, but it's got a nice cape, good hair, comes in the clamshell with the... Get back in there. It does come with the nice clamshell and custom crop back. We'll keep this one at 4. The Door Do Not Podcast. Welcome, Door Do Not Podcast. Florida Man, guys, if you see him, check out his show. Okay, I don't know if he always has his stuff scheduled ahead of time, but he runs awesome shows. He's got some phenomenal game types of stuff. He runs vintage, he runs modern, he runs some customs. It's really cool. Yeah, guys, it's a saber, even though it's missing a tip, but it's also a cape. Try to piece those out separately, and you're probably gonna spend a lot more. Thank you, Bronx Star. All right, appreciate the purchase. All right, and there's another one, guys, that's partially complete. We have the Jedi Master himself. We have a Yoda with a robe and a belt. So you're getting 2 accessories and a figure. I've sold the figure for $10, $15 to $20. I've sold the robe for $10. I've sold the belt for $20. So you're getting 2 accessories and a figure. Speaking of accessories, we'll run. Yes, thank you, buddy Kudo. That's Bronx Star. Good purchase. Thank you for that. All right. Somebody was asking me way back at the beginning of the show. They said any Leia with white cape. No Leia's with white cape or without today. No white Leia. White cape Leia. There is a Bespin complete Leia with the blaster coming in shortly. But someone was asking me, do you ever see a Max Rebo that hasn't faded? Check it out. I have seen a Max Rebo that hasn't faded. I'm holding one in my hands right now. Look at this beauty. Look at this. I'll get a C3PO next, Danny. Thanks. Just be patient. Thank you so much. I'll get that on the next run. In fact, I'll put it on the table. I got a good 3PO. Check it out. All blue. Thanks, Cloudy Sci-Fi. Look at all that blue. I feel like he is so blue. Musical director joke here. He needs to get his organ and play Rhapsody in Blue, because that's how blue he is. All right. So you are bidding on a blue Snaggletooth. You are bidding on a blue, not blue Snaggletooth, but a blue Max Rebo. Almost as good. Please do not let a blue Snaggletooth go for anything less than what a blue Snaggletooth. I keep saying blue Snaggletooth. Blue Max Rebo. I am tired, guys. I still have Mando fatigue from being out until like midnight last night and then getting up at 5 a.m. for my job. And 27 is pretty good, but look how blue this is. Look at this. I mean, come on, look at it. It's like hardly any. There's hardly any grade of color difference. It's insane. Do it for Johnny. You got a good deal, but that was a good price too. So thank you. As my father said, it's a deal when we're both smiling. And I'm smiling. So I'm letting you meet, but you got a good deal. All right. Someone asked about 3PO. This is what I like to do about 3PO. First, we show the front. Then we show the back. There is a tiny bit of discoloration on the screw there. Okay. Yeah, very good grab, Milkman. You're right. But look at this. This thing is tight. Now, I checked. Everything moves, but very tightly. This is a tight-limbed 3PO. Look at that. See what I mean? Like, you can barely do it. These have not faded to the loose-limbed things. And you get the card back to boot. It's actually a complete figure. I probably should put a clamshell in there. I mean, look, seriously, guys. And it's the shiny. It's got that slight darker color. That is an excellent one. In fact, I'm kind of sorry I didn't put this one in my collection and replace it with the other one. So, I mean, his joints are almost frozen. That's how good this one is. Seriously. mean, look at it. Turns his head. Excellent. Little firewater. Good grab. Excellent purchase. Oh, and you get the clamshell. Or you're gonna get the. Go. Awesome. All right, let's run this. This is. I always like to do this. Check out the emblems on the right. Check out the emblems on the left. Check out the paint on the chest and the boots. Judge for yourself. TIE Fighter pilot. Comes with the clamshell. Sorry, comes with the card back. Yeah, I'm really sleepy today, guys. I'm so sorry. Conch, good grab. Thank you for that. All right, let's move on here. Before we go on to another figure, how about this is the set of magnets that I started putting together. These are the trading card wax pack covers, and these are all 5 of the Star Wars trading cards, like refrigerator magnets. Okay, we'll run these. We'll run them at $1. Again, these custom things just help me offset and allow me to keep the cost down first, and I can do things like dollar starts or low starts for figures. So I appreciate the support on that. This today, I only have some. I have 2 sets of magnets. I'm running 1 set separately and 1 set together, and I have a couple of sets of card backs. I'm running 1 set. The only thing I don't have today is I don't have any Tri Logo card backs, unfortunately. Put a thing in the. Put some hearts in the comments, guys, or whatever the heart thing. If I decided to make with those magnets instead of this, if I actually started to do card backs, would that be something people would be interested in? If I wanted to make like a set of Star Wars for the original 12 and make the card backs on here, is that something you guys would want? Getting some hearts. All right, maybe I'll look into that. Try doing that. All right, guys, we got a really nice Hoth Han here. I can't do all the figures. I can't do all like 100 or whatever. That would just be insane. It would just take too long. But I could do the first 12. So maybe I'll do that. Okay, this is Hong Kong, right? What is it? I think so. But look at the clean boots, clean head, clean face. Tiny bit of wear on the knuckles there, as is normal. I'll give you guys a decent card back with that. It's missing the pop, but it's a Jedi card back. It's okay, It's kind of a beater, a little bit of a beater. I just noticed the Return of the Jedi scratch. So, but we'll put that out there. 10 away from another giveaway. Good grab on that, dude, for Johnny. All right. This is one of my absolute favorite. Do you have that Han in the box? The Han in the box. Me more specific. Are you talking about the Han Stormtrooper retro figure? Or are you talking about? I don't know what other Han you made. The one I just sold. Oh, you mean like a? You mean one in one of the clamshells? Is that what you mean? Like complete? Let me take a look. Let me run this. This is a perennial favorite, guys. I know it's a common figure. It's not a very valuable figure. It is a clean figure. It's a very nice version of this figure. It's a Taiwan, up close, right? Come on. Yep, Taiwan reuse. Okay, but it's also the first Return of the Jedi figure I ever saw. I mean, I walked into a store and I was the first figure I saw on the shelf. So I'm always I just got a bit of a something in my heart for it. All right, I'm gonna check to see if I have any complete hot Hans. Right now. Yeah, not at this time. No more complete Hoth Hans. I'm gonna have to start. $4 figure. Oh my goodness. Sky King. What a grab. That's all right. Sorry about that. Here is a complete. Here's a Lando. Okay, this is the smiling Lando, I think. Yeah. Or is it? It's kind of a sort of smiling. His teeth are just a little bit less pronounced. He does have a little stain there. All right, I don't know if that's cleanable. I did try to clean these figures. Got his cape. Got the zip sound. Comes with his blaster. Is correct. Pew pew. And the clamshell case. And get in there. There we go. And the clamshell and the mini card back. Yeah. You know, the Taiwan figures are popular, Sky King, but they're not. I don't think every single character is. You know what I mean? I'm learning. I've been doing this collecting for 50 years nearly, but I'm still learning stuff. I don't ever claim to be an expert on it. I'm at a certain point. I'm at a certain level, and I just kind of try to figure it out. Okay. Thank you for that. $10. Yeah, Landos tend to go for between $10 and $12. All right, these came from Vintage Toy World. They're really nice, clean snowtroopers, but like Toy Story, Andy marked the bottom there. All right, so and there's a little bit of discolor at the bottom of the feet too. Looking at it, but really it's just this discoloration on the bottom. So I'll sell 2 of them, and I will include with this a really clean, including the pop, really clean, one of the cleanest card backs I'm running today. Okay, so I will run this a little bit more just because of the card back. $6. That's not too bad. Build your armies. Two weeks on whatnot. Any mini rigs? I have some coming in the mail, but unfortunately, none today. But thank you for that purchase. Do it for Johnny. All right. Here was another retro. Get out while you can. It's a trap. All right, we got retro Walrus Man. Okay, a retro figure. And we're about 6 away from a another giveaway. No parts today, except I am going to run. You know what? I'm grab one of those to run next. It's not really a part. I want to run a case tray. I have a couple of trays. I had originally wanted to use this. Okay, so here's the funny part. Tray cost. This figure sold for $6. But the original sold for $5. Now, granted, the original was missing its accessory, but still, it's weird. All right, guys, this is the. I think it's the Empire Strikes Back one. No, it might be the Jedi one. Which one was? Which one? No, it's the Empire one. Okay, it's a beige tray. It does have some of the labels on there. I guess you can look and see. Yeah, 2-1B medical droid. Okay, I'm gonna start it for $1. I used them for storing figures, and now I kind of changed how I'm doing that. So I don't need these anymore. So I will run another one this color, and then I'll run 2 gray ones one at a time in a little bit. So I'll space them out. So people are just joining. I did go see The Mandalorian and Grogu last night. Thank you for that purchase. And I got to tell you, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun. Now, my general spoiler-free review is simple. If you watched The Mandalorian and Grogu and liked it, the show, you'll like the movie. If you didn't like the show, then probably skip this one. But, all right. Squidward, Squidhead. I'm going to give you 2 because these guys can be characters that you can army build. Here's a naked one. And here's a all but missing only the blaster, but complete. Put these 2 together. With the custom card back. But I'm thinking about going to see it again tomorrow, but I got to see how I'm doing. I got an early morning. Want to get these shipments out. Got to check out there's 2 local flea markets that are oftentimes pretty good hotbeds for, hey, there you go, good grab on that. For picking up some vintage Star Wars that I can sell here. So I want to go check that out if the weather's accommodating. We'll see. All right. Another good one here, guys. This is a really good Weequay. Look at the hands. Oops. Okay, good hands. No paint loss. Okay, keep that in mind. But we'll also give you an unpunched and pop still here card back. So you're bidding on both the figure and a pretty good card back. Oh, it even has the blotch out for the Ewoks. Okay, but yeah, it's a pretty clean card aside from the fact that it's torn off the front part. But good, that still has the pop. It's a good one there. All right. I mean, I've actually been down that road of Raymore and Flanagan dropping off a couch that we probably didn't need. So I'm with you. I feel your pain. Actually, now that I think about it, I think we did need it because I think my couch actually broke. But all right. So here's another set of card backs, guys. We have an Empire Strikes Back set of card backs, okay, which is, pretty a lot of cards because it's, the entire set of run of that. And then for this one, I'll actually include the repacks of the Star Wars ones. So there's like 45, 50 cards in there almost, okay? So we'll run that at 4. Again, these types of things are, just trying to be creative, and they do help me offset the costs of things. And I'm going to run a semi-complete set, guys. It's going to have the Star Wars release. It's always the last thing I run. Star Wars, Empire, just with no repacks, Jedi with no repacks, and Power of the Force, and Droids and Ewoks. I don't have any tri-logos right now. So I have to redo those. I have to cut them up and laminate them and do all that stuff. Raymore and Flanagan. I guess I'm getting around, Bisky. I always like to give The Collectible, if you've ever been on his show, he does custom ones. Like, he does actual, like, he makes up the thing. He's more versed in Photoshop than me. So, anybody who's done Photoshop for more than 2 seconds is more versed in Photoshop than me. I do this all with, like, the basic stuff, the basic apps. So, all right, I hope Tony Lee's in the house. All right, we got some beater R2s here. Okay, I mean, beater in that their label is missing. Okay, so I mean, not missing, just very torn off. Oh, back to a little bit R2. There we go. This R2 does not have a clip. Okay, so these are just kind of like put those R2s, do some customization, that kind of thing. Very good. All right. But it wasn't Tony Lee. I can't believe it wasn't Tony Lee. He's probably not here. All right. Here's another army build. It's a weird army build. All right. Here is Prune Face. But these guys, if you look closely in the Rebel briefing room in Return of the Jedi, you'll see that there are actually multiple of these characters. So build your army. And I got you a tri-logo custom card. I don't have any full sets today, but I do have some individuals that I'll be parting with. So, oh, Bisky. I am lucky to say I have an original Last 17 in my personal collection of the pop-up lightsaber R2. But what I have lost, I'm sorry to say, is I have the droids figure, but no lightsaber. So I am trying desperately to find that and not pay like $7,000 or whatever it feels like you're paying. All right, guys, the next givey item, okay, we're going to give away a Lando skiff. He's part of the giveaway, okay. And now the next auction item we're running, we'll do another twofer. We got 2 gammies. So you have the saber and you lost the figure. I feel like we should. All right, this guy, a little bit of rub on the horns as is proper with these things as they get old. So we'll do 2 with the similar boat. After seeing the movie, I'm trying to talk about the movie without talking about the movie. I'll talk full out about the movie next week. But I will say, based on trailers and previews, God, I hope that there is a part of me that's hoping that the retro collection continues. And I know there's been some rumors about the next, for the 50th anniversary, having it be Power of the Force. And maybe we get some of those figure repacks, like Yak Face, whatever, but I want them on. I mean, I just want multiple Amanamods. That's all I'm going to say. All right. I do have another, I'll run this. This is a guy, like as Star Wars Daddy would say, really kind of needs to work out a little bit. Okay, Anchor Keeper, but I do have a tri-logo custom card to go with him. Okay, which I always like the tri-logo cards, guys, because they're different. We'll start this guy. Okay, guys, fill in that giveaway. We're gonna wrap that up in about 15 seconds. From the Hills Have Eyes. Bubba. $3 figure. Dark Side Rebel, man. I should probably have a new award. The person who spends the most gets the slightly smaller version. Well, actually, no. Now, I will say this, guys. The new Chewbacca of the weeks now receive this. This is the Chewbacca magnet. Okay, that's for the first time winners. Okay, the second time winners will get a smaller version of the trophy. Okay. And then I'm gonna start once we start going through this. Once I've been doing this for a year, like the top spender of the year or something, I'll get maybe a T-shirt or a hat or some other version of this thing. So this is compliments of my daughter's art. So, which, by the way, if you're ever interested in any commissions, guys, she's always available for that. I will put, if you go to my channel and watch the YouTube shows, in the description is her contact information because she does all my art. Okay, let's launch this. Last chance. Here we go for the winning. Give you number 2. Jason H19757. All right. Thank you for following. And congratulations. All right. We are moving right along, guys. We are at the halfway point-ish. So let me run one more figure, and then maybe we'll do some accessories. All right. Now, take a look. A little bit of fade on here. A little bit of fade on there. Okay. So it isn't like, I wouldn't say, you know what? Forget that. He's going to be another gibby. I'm not going to run him. I changed my mind. And people are like, wait, no, what? All right, we got a Leia Bausch, a little bit of hair issue there, okay, but overall not bad. But I'm going to run this one with a card. This is a pretty decent card. It is missing the pop, but it's a pretty clean version of the card otherwise. All right, so we'll run it like that. Oh, those. All right, thank you for that purchase. Do it for Johnny. The Walmart sticker comes completely free. Bausch was $2.18. All right, we're gonna run this. Another tray. Okay, it's from the Empire Strikes Back boxes. It's the exact price the last one sold for, Colt. All right, thank you for that purchase. All right, time for me to show you one of these. All right, so pay attention, guys. Hopefully, there's nobody jumping in after I explain all this. On the card, in the clamshell, but this is a very nice looking carded figure. Okay, full disclosure, it is an open blister. All right, I will demonstrate what I'm talking about. I'm gonna take it out so you can all see it. All right, I don't want to be accused of false advertising. Okay. All right, so the figure itself. See what I'm doing here? It's apparently it was X-Acto knifed out 3 sides. Actually, even just 2.5 sides. It's still pretty much sealed down here and all around. It does include the complete figure. It does include the accessory, and it's a very clean, good figure. And the card itself, aside from a little split up here, is actually decent. Okay, it's a strong card. It is missing the pop in the bottom, so it's but for display purposes, this is a decent card. Okay, so I'm gonna sell it as is. I don't want to tell you what I paid for it, but I bought them in a lot. Okay, I'm gonna start this at $20. Okay, here's the thing. I believe that if you want to have a carded collection, but you don't want to spend 70 or 80, 90, 100, $200 per figure to do that, or you don't want to spend $400 or $500 for graded figures, okay, this is a great way to start. Okay, I mean, it is, the piece kind of just it springs close to the board so it doesn't come out. Now I'll show you other ones that aren't quite as good, but this one is, I think, a decent thing. So let's start it at 20 and see if we have any interest in something like this. Again, it is an open blister carded figure. Now I will say this: this figure will work fine in this extra deep clamshell. I have other ones that are going to be the same clamshell, but I'm going to recommend, if you have the ability to do get one of those, like the acrylic cases, that similar to ones that I wouldn't recommend getting it graded. But if you wanted to do a graded figure, or I wanted to get one in the acrylic case, because the original ones are so thin, that I think is a good idea. That is an excellent price, Bricking Bad. Thank you for that. Okay, that is exactly the price I was hoping to get, and I feel like it was a fair price on your end. You got a good deal too. I have 2 more of those I'm going to run in a little bit, and I have more that I'll run in future shows. All right, how about another set of trading card magnets? We have to say it like that, like Dr. Evil. magnets. Here we go. Yeah, I know. The bubble was really good, too, for a Jedi card. All right, we got The Empire Strikes Back version 1, version 2. Actually, yeah, series 2 and series 3. Okay, we'll start this at $1. Hey, Panther, welcome in. You should get a magnet. Problem is, it takes me so long to make them. All right, guys. Now, this unlike this 3PO that I ran, this guy is doing the hula. All right, he's got the loose limbs. His paint, however, is better. It's not fully faded. All right, it is somewhat faded. All right, but it's a good starter Death Star droid, or if you want to customize it or paint it yourself. Okay, so we'll start him at $1. This might be my first dollar sold figure. Thank you, Denav. Appreciate that. All right, what do you say we do some accessories for a bit? Okay, let's start with a blue black. Oh, this for now. Thank you, Dark Side Rebel. We have a reuse blaster rifle. Do I have Wicked Spear? Well, yes and no. I do have a Wicked Spear, but it's with a Wicket that I'm going to run in a little bit. It's actually another one of those open blister carded figures, so I'm not going to open that up. So no, I don't have a plain Wicked Spear. Oh, let me just double check. I don't have many accessories left, but no, none at this time. Thank you, Bisky. Is there? Oh well, you know what? Let me keep going. This is a twofer. We'll give you a gas mask and a backpack, part of the Hoth survival kit. Thank you, Dark Side Rebel. Okay. Again, not an uncommon one. All right, the Vibro Blade. But what do you say we include it? I can get it in his hand. Let's include it with another pretty good figure, right? Pretty good Klaatu, good skirt. This might be a Star Wars Daddy one. You get the figure for free. Thank you, dude, Johnny. All right, and all right, let's go with this is an IG88. Hey guys, a question. While we're having this, while we're sitting here having fun, I'm gonna run this. Okay. While I'm running this, I had a question. Has anybody know besides the Droids version? I received a bunch of. Of course, I can't even find it now. My pile of junk here. I don't know where it ended up. Oh, I'm not lying. I can assure you this is not a lie. But I ran out. Here it is. Here it is. I stumbled across this. It came with a whole bunch of other accessories. Most of the other accessories were original. This one, it looks like sort of like this. I asked about Star Wars Daddy. He thought it looked suspicious. I mean, I agree. It looks suspicious. I don't believe. Yeah, this is IG88. This is the one that was when. Let me make sure. Let me avoid confusion. Let me get that put away here. Hang on. All right. But this is kind of a crowdsource. I'm just trying to gather information. I went to Variant Villain. I went to yeah, it might be a repro. And I don't care. I'm more just curious because I was looking at on Variant Villain and I haven't seen anything. Yes, exactly. That's Bisky. That's what I thought. It did come in black. A version came in black for oh god, what the heck is his name? Jan Tosh from the Droids cartoon. But this isn't that because if you, well, at least in the pictures I looked on a Variant Villain, they up close, it doesn't quite line up. It's close, but it doesn't line up. It's just weird, I don't know, Dark Side. I don't know if it does. It doesn't look the same unless there were a bunch of variants on that one. So that's what yeah. I think it's Jan Tosh, but Florida Man, let me send you some close-ups of it because it looks like it's not exact unless there were many versions of it. You know what I'm saying? Let me grab my camera since we're doing some accessories here. Orange Snake Yoda. Let's run that. I don't plan on selling it, guys, because I don't believe it. Until I get I actually reached out to Variant Villain to see if they could clarify. I sent them pictures because it just doesn't look right. It does not look right. It doesn't look like it's exactly that. So, I don't know. I just, I'm not selling it. No, I don't want to sell it because I don't want to sell something that's a repro. Once I know, I gotta wait until I get a really really good clarification from the experts as to what it is. I just wanted to put it out there, see if anybody's ever seen anything. Yeah, I thought it was Jan Tosh too, so it could be that. But all right, we got a General Madine. Yeah, I mean, who said that? Do it for Johnny. You know what? Maybe what I can do, if you message me about it and remind me that we had this conversation on this show, okay, what I'll do is I'll send you photos close up of it on the side so you can actually compare and see if it's the exact one. Because I do not have a Jan Tosh. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, do I have a Jan Tosh? I might actually have a Jan Tosh. So I might be able to check for myself. But I have a loose Jan Tosh, but from my childhood, from back in the day. I don't have a lot of small Ziplocs, guys, so some of these are going to be coming in very big Ziplocs. Thank you, Danderville. But I will make sure they are sealed. By the way, anybody new to the show, anybody new to this, will receive some nice little swag bag with some stickers and pins and buttons and stuff. This is a blue-black. Get some more of those. What's with you, man? I do have some small bags. I just have to fish them out. Thank you for that purchase, Bisky. Okay. Got a biker scout. You are welcome, Bob K. I sometimes will put some more swag in for future purchases. Okay, although I will say that I remember when I first started doing it back in November or December, I was putting a lot of swag in, and I was honestly getting it wasn't so much. I ran out of swag, and then I had to spend all week making the swag, and then I was using it all up. So I now kind of reserve it for first time buyers, and then I just do maybe like a sticker or something here and there for the returning buyers. Although I was thinking about taking a page out of Star Wars Daddy's book. He does a thing called he has his wife or his son kind of do a random figure pick, and then once we do that, whoever bought that figure will get an extra figure or something like that. I have to kind of play around with it and figure out how to make that happen. All right, I'm gonna do here we go. Let's do a Chewbacca bowcaster, and you know what? Because you guys are awesome, let's throw in an actual Chewbacca with this. So this is a complete Chewbacca, and I'll even give you the tri-logo. You're getting a complete Chewbacca with a tri-logo mini card back. $4 start. Can't beat that. Yeah, guys, if you're new to Whatnot, I advise to check out Florida Man 77 and Vintage Toy World. They're among my two favorites when it comes to vintage selling. I also love Ultimate DJ. I thought he was doing a show tonight, but he said I think something happened. He's not doing it. So if he is doing it, I'll rate him at the end of the show. We're about a little more than halfway done. We're about 2/3 of the way, 3/4 of the way. Oh wait, shoot! I can't use this one. Hold on. Hey, not bad. Thank you for that purchase. All right, let's use this one. I was going to make sure that a figure with an accessory goes in some type of a sealed bag or container. Get in there. Get in there. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, this is Vintage Toy World has his daughter Lily doing it with him. She runs her own show sometimes as well. Okay, what do we got? How about a Bausch? Now it's got a little bit of rub, but it's like Star Wars. It's kind of got the lived-in universe, right? Or just bookmark my shows. But I do appreciate that. I do have my shows kind of at least on, initially for the whole calendar year, because basically because I want to have them up there, but I do have to sometimes change. Like I should be doing I will do a Sunday show at 2 again. Bisky, I'm with you. I spent another guy that I love is Dreaming the Day Away, and I was purchasing a lot of accessories from him, and I just kept swiping and swiping and swiping, and oh my goodness, it was it was rough. All right, got another one of these. If you go to and you tap on my name, Darth Tuba 77, I think, and there's like a link, and there's like a bar for shows, upcoming shows, and you can see all the shows I have coming up. I have shows scheduled pretty much twice a week for the rest of the year. I will say that they will probably change, but guys, we're gonna give you this. We're gonna give you a Lando helmet, and then we're gonna throw in a Lando. So this is a complete Lando. Oh wait, but we're not done. Oh no, we're gonna give you a while missing its pop, it is unpunched. So there's that card back. So you're getting like a full blown Lando. Only a few steps away from mint on card. All right, maybe more than a few steps, but you know what I'm saying. Bum, 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 bum. Boom, 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 boom. A few more accessories, guys, then we'll get back to some figures. We're probably going to go a little past 100. I'm looking around this table. We're wrapping up, but we got a few more things. It's hard to, like, pinpoint it. That's a good price for that, I think. Do it for Johnny. Thank you. All right, let me just get him into a baggie here. Okay. Awesome. All right. Let's do now. I'm not going to put any figures in with these, but we'll do a twofer. All right, 2 vibro blades. Okay, 5 away from another giveaway. That'll be this guy. And I'll give you the card back. Yeah, I'm thinking about going back maybe tomorrow afternoon to see the movie, but I don't know. We're going to see. I got a lot of work to do here. So I'm kind of... Do for Johnny, are you a fireman? You, Well, thank you for putting your life in harm's way and keep us safe. You're awesome. I wish I had a firefighter figure. You know what I'll do? I'm gonna throw in 2 stormtroopers for you just because of that. You're awesome. I wish I had that. I wish I had your bravery. All right. I'm just gonna put that here. Do it for Johnny. I'm gonna add that. Do it for Johnny. No problem, man. Thank you. Hopefully I remember to do this because sometimes these things happen. I'm like, oh crap, and I get the package made. But you know what? It's easy to repack it. So here's another blue black. It's just fun, man. Wow, you already seen it twice, Aquavet? Good for you. I'm just so pumped to have Star Wars back in theaters. You know what I mean? I just love just the whole experience. I mean, you know, I was at a 9:30 show on a Thursday night, and there was like my party of about 6 people, and then like 2 other people. And as I said, the only complaint I have about that movie had nothing to do with the movie. It was about the theater. It was the 3D didn't seem to be set right or something. It just wasn't looking right. I don't know if that is like the way 3D works now, or maybe my eyes are struggling with it now. I don't know. It's a hard thing to figure. But the next time I have the next tickets I have for this is a blue, I think. Yeah, blue. The other ones the next ticket I have is for Monday, and that's just a regular. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. So I might try to sneak out again tomorrow and see another one. I have a friend who's I'm going with, and he's like, "Don't see it before you see it with me." And I'm like, "Dude, it's you. We're seeing the movie Monday. The movie comes out Thursday night. You think I'm gonna wait? I have to like go off the internet." That's awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hope. Yeah. Enjoy, man. Now the popcorn buckets, man. Whew, I don't know. I did get the AT for $80.80, which was insane. But I will say that it is really cool, and I kind of have a somewhat nostalgic wish for that because I never got. I wanted the AT popcorn bucket from Disney World, and by the time I got down, hey, Florida man, I think I might have gotten this from you, but okay, you get it back. All right, you know what? Let's just do this. How about a little mini lot? We're gonna go 1. We're gonna go 2. We're gonna go another one like that. 3. And last one. This is my last accessory run today. Aside from those that are gonna come with complete figures. We'll do this for $4. Oh, I can't show it to you right now. I'll bring it downstairs. If you come to my Sunday show, it is proudly being displayed upstairs on my dining room table. But if you come to my modern show 2 p.m. on Sunday, I'll bring it down. And if I forget to, I will stop the show and go and get it. But here I want to keep running here. So, all right, guys, let's keep it going here. All right, how about let's do this. Another set. How about another set of Garbage Pail Kids compliments of Star Wars Daddy? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got to tilt this down a little bit. 6, 7, 8. These are all different, I think. All right, so 10 different with the little card protectors. And we can run that TIE Pilot giveaway. Thanks for the hearts, guys. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Colt. Yeah, Garbage Pail Kids weren't really my thing. I was more of a Wacky Packs. Remember those? You know, the false advertising, you know, the parody advertisements. All right, guys, we got a Luke, pretty decent Hoth Luke here. Good paint, little bit of wear on the scarf, and a little bit on the toes of the boots, but it does include his correct rifle. Thank you, Sky King. All right, and it comes on the Tri logo card. And here's another complete. We got a Bib Fortuna. Bib Fortuna comes with the robes. Got the chest piece there. You can see that. It's got his little staff. And let's draw the winner of that TIE Fighter pilot. And the winner for this gibby is Milkman. All right, Milkman, that is yours. Thank you so much for following and for your past purchases. I appreciate that. Well, we still got a little ways to go, guys. I'm looking. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of trying to do a count here. Thank you, TK. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So yeah, 30 more or so. Okay. Here's a little bit of a beater, just with the paint. Not too bad. Biker Scout. And another one with a little bit of discolor and a little wider stance. So nice little army build. 2 Biker Scouts. Oh, but one question for you guys after this, when this one runs. Okay, thank you for that. Thanks, Bronx Star. I know I asked this question I think last time. Does anybody have an interest in these? These are Transformer accessories from like the 80s. These came in a bunch of other things that I was only interested in the Star Wars stuff. Does anybody want me to run these for $1? If I see a yes, I will do it. Do it for Johnny. I'll run it. Run it for $1. So funny, Dark Side Rebel. Thank you for that. Last time, nobody bid on it. Such a weird. It's such a fickle business. All right, guys. This is a pretty good Rebel Commando or Commander, Hoth Rebel Commander, or Cliff Clavin, as I like to call him, from Cheers. A little bit of rub on the back, some wear and tear. Okay. I'll give you the Tri-Logo card to go with him. The Rebel Commander. Starting at $1. So I was saying before, I actually got the card back idea from The Collectible, and he runs some shows. His shows are very interesting. He runs a wheel. Although lately, I think the wheel he's been doing like a card, like a kind of a pick a card kind of thing, where you're actually the wheel base. It's a gambling thing. You basically they show a wall full of toys and figures, and you thank you for that, Sky King, and you bid on a spin. You bid on a chance to spin, which is nice, but it's also a little scary. So, all right, here's another one I'm going to run, guys. Let's talk about this one. All right. So again, this one is more obvious than the Klaatu one. You can see this one, they actually unfolded the whole thing, right? So my advice on this one, guys, I'm gonna actually wrap the figure in a little separate bag, and then ship it with this. But it is a really clean card. It is unpunched. Okay, it is missing the pop, but look what it does include. It includes the rare blaster. Okay. There it is. All right. So it is a bit of a yellow card. So you could, my suggestion on something like this, if you're going to make a purchase on this, my suggestion is this. Okay. You take the blaster and you actually tape it with a piece of clear tape. You tape it right there. Okay. I'm going to just leave it free for now for the purposes of the auction. I'm not going to do any of that myself. That would be at the discretion of the person who makes the bid. Okay. See, it's just because the pop is missing, it does fall out. That's why I suggest that you tape it. All right. And then I would actually put a little glue and glue it back if you want to keep the card, just to keep it there. Okay. But as I said, it does get, because this one's probably the worst ones I got, but nonetheless. Thank you so much, Bisky. All right. See you Sunday. Yeah, the figure is in great shape. It did have a little bit of like a film on it, but I kind of gave it a cleaning, and it's beautiful. Okay. And it does include the original blaster. So, so you're bidding, you're bidding on a really good figure, a decent figure, and with an original accessory that's hard to get, and you're bidding on a beautiful card, and a bubble blister, and a clamshell case for that matter. So keep that in mind. Like I said, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually, when this auction ends, I'm going to take a baggie and put the figure and the baggie inside the baggie, and then put the baggie inside not in the blister, won't fit, but I'll put that all inside the clamshell. Excellent. Dark Side Rebel, excellent. You may be on your way for a Tubaka of the week. You made some purchases. All right, let me get this. Let me just take care of this, guys. I do not want to forget to do this. Give me a second. I want to make sure that just so everyone's watching. Full disclosure. Okay. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of just a little bit of film on there, but it's a good figure. I'm putting it in like this, and then I will seal it in here like this and ship it to you. I'll probably put some bubble wrap in here, or paper, not probably bubble wrap, but just not to do anything tight with it, just to keep it from bouncing around. All right, good guys, good, thank you guys. All right, I only do one more magnet. This is the Return of the Jedi magnets. I only use water, water and maybe a very light soap, like detergent. For the film, I don't even think you need detergent. I think just a light, like a soft toothbrush. Don't not a used toothbrush, but a soft toothbrush with a little bit of warm water will probably be all you need to do to get it out, get the film out. All right, guys, 8 magnets. Okay, I'm running this one a little higher just because there is a cost to get the blanks. All right, and it doesn't really cost me anything to make the copies of stuff to make the blanks, to make the magnets, and I have a magnet press, but I do want to make sure that I do that. Yay, Darkside! You may be a two. Who knows? A 2-timer. Since you won one before and you got the trophy one, I'll give you the magnet if you win a second time. Just kind of reverse it, and then we'll take a look at who the 2026 winner is, and I'll send something to them. All right, guys, cool. We are doing good here, guys. We're doing great. Thank you so much. You're awesome. You're all amazing. We got an Obi-Wan. And we got just a Vader. Plain Vader, no saber, no cape. Okay, but I'll give you guys one card by Tri-Logo card back for that. And we'll start this at $1 for the 2 figures. Got a couple of the tutus coming. Darkside Rebel. Thank you again. Yeah, I tell you, I get it, man. Sometimes people. All right, we have a. Hey, I didn't know that this is what this looks like from the back. This is kind of a beater rebel or Emperor Royal God, but we'll throw in an Emperor with it. It's a pretty decent Emperor. Take a look at the face. I wanted to put a beater Emperor in there, but I don't really have any more. They have it all pretty good. And I'll give you a Tri-Logo Emperor card with that. And we'll start it at $1. Oh, you know what? Let me grab this. Let me get a retro figure. All right. Good grab on that, Dana. Thank you for that. Okay, here's a Bosk. Good Bosk figure. And a card back to go with it. And check out the, good paint on the shoulders, around the straps and everything. Still fighting cough. But I will say it happens more than when I do whatnot because I'm talking so much. Good grab on that, Darkside. All right, so I want to run 2 of these. This is 2 of the same figure. This is a Luke with a little bit of, you can tell the torso is a little discolored, and the hair is a little bit spotty. And here's another Luke. Same idea. Not as much of the torso. It's actually a better Luke, but the hair is a little bit off. My suggestion is one of these or both of these would be great for customizing. You know, like make it a battle damage Luke or something. All right, or if you want to try to, fix it up, fix one of them up. Like Dark Side Rebels, like, dang it, no one's bidding. I'll get 2 figures for $1. Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, I'll tell you, man. Yeah, if anybody knows of anybody that wants to part with a slightly danged up, not like a red bar. I want a red bar R5 that's decent looking. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah. Decent looking, but not insane, like not insanely expensive. Like my budget would say is $180, something like that, somewhere between $0 and $180. All right, we got another. This is kind of a slightly discolored Greedo with the arms and the torso, and a little bit more of the loose head. Get your head on straight, Hammerhead. So we'll run those two. Oh, forgot. Sorry. Run. Go. Got a couple more retros to run. I got one more open blister figure. Got a couple more card backs. A couple more figures. Oh, some more complete figures. Okay, thanks for that. Okay, so these are the Return of the Jedi version of the card backs. Okay, these are all the Jedi releases. Okay, we have the Jedi Empire Strikes Back repacks, and we have the Jedi Star Wars repacks. This is the only time the repacks are going to be offered tonight, guys, because I have to make more. I keep selling them. All right, I'm going to run these for $5. There's about 70 cards in there. Thanks, guys. I do appreciate it. It helps. Like I said, I like doing dollar starts, but I do think it brings more people into the show. But on those rare occasions where I do get when 2-3 figures sell for $2-3, it helps offset the cost of what I paid for those figures. So, thank you so much. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Right Blades. We appreciate that. Guys, if you are doing your own Whatnot shows, please feel free to plug it in the chat. I am always about supporting other Whatnot sellers. All right. Got another General Maydeen here. This might be the one that originally came with that. Blade or that mace or whatever. Let me back it up a little bit, and then I'll run a retro after this. Dollar figure, because why not? We have stolen a small Imperial shuttle. The one I don't think I knew the story about how he didn't have a beard. He shaved his beard. They made him into a figure, and then he comes to on set with no beard, and they said he had to. I don't know if that's like urban legend, but that they made Dermot Crowley put a fake beard on, which apparently looked really obvious. As a kid, I didn't really know. Thank you, Sky King. All right. How about another set of Garbage Pail Kids, courtesy of, I always like to give credit, courtesy of Mr. Florida Man 77. There's 10 different cards. Back them up a bit so you can see them. got a few more minutes, guys. My final giveaway in about 10, 15 or so. I'm gonna run a Death Squad Commander back here. Thank you, Colt. Appreciate that. You run a couple of them. That's cool. All right. Told you I was going to run a few collector case trays. Here's a gray tray. Okay. This is the Star Wars collector case. Stay. Okay. We'll run that at $1. Might run some more of those in Sunday show too. We will see. All right. Thank you for that. All right, how about another retro? This is the Luke Skywalker Yavin. Great figure. Wish they had it back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. Hold on. Thank you, Eric Carr, and welcome back. Eric Carr, folks, is always gets credit as the namer of the Chewbacca of the week. All right, guys, we got some good ones coming up here. So, oh dear, hang on, guys, we have an emergency. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna run this one before I freaking lose my mind. I'm so stressed out about it. All right, hang on, guys. Okay, we got a Bespin Leia. Okay, we got a Bespin Leia. Really good hair, really good cape. Got the open collar or the collar version. Okay, check it out. And the blue blaster. We got the blue. We got the blue blaster. Lucy Wax. Give me a minute. I can try to run. I have a couple of incomplete. I can maybe throw one or two up there. So, but let's run Leia. Blaster's a $60 blaster, guys. Please remember that when you're bidding. Please. That's what I paid for it. I was getting nervous. And we're asking about Ewoks, huh? Let's see. This was why I made the this is why I made the beautiful. Thank you, dude, for Johnny. Why I made the little drawer here, because I didn't have any Ewoks on the table today, but I do have a low grade with his purse. Okay, good grab. Seriously. So, guys, again, I'm going to do a thank you, do it for Johnny. I'm going to do a modern and vintage show, like a mix show, on Sunday. I did just this modern show, although it was all Power of the Force, the orange and green cards, so it didn't go that well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was happy for the sales that I got, but Breaking Bad, I love it. Thank you, Breaking Bad. Here's a Chief Chirpa. Okay, no staff, but he does have his hood. Yeah, but I was, when I think about what I paid for the figures, it was like I just barely broke even. So I'm going to try to do a little combination of other ones. That just, which is fine. I mean, they all sold. Everything I put sold. And Breaking Bad took home too. All right, guys, we got an Admiral Akbar, but with his staff. There it is on the bottom there. And you get the clamshell case and you get the car back. Okay, we're wrapping things up here, guys. We got a few more things to run, which we will do shortly. Thank you for that. Okay. Let's run a Dengar complete with the clamshell case and the card back. I'll just start this guy for $1. Thanks for following Breaking Bad. I appreciate it. It was amazing. Anku Trevor. I really enjoyed it. I was, it was just fun. I love the Mandalorian and Grogu shows, and I love the characters, and I love all the other characters that are in there. And I just thought that it was a great fun ride. It was fun. It was just fun. I went to the movies and I had fun. There was a story. It was great. I don't want to give any spoilers. There was some connections to old original trilogy. There was some great Easter eggs. It was Filoni and Favreau, man. I trust them. I trust them that they're going to entertain because they're fans. Because they're people that played with the toys like we played with the toys. All right, there we go. All right, here's another one of those trays. Almost done, guys. Almost done. Just want to make sure that I cover everything here. I don't want to miss. I can't tell you how many times I do the sales and then I start packing everything up and then I get, hey, Panther Good Grab. And I do the sales and I get to the end of the night and I pack everything up and there's one loose figure sitting there and I'm like, what? All right, guys, we got a retro Rebel Trooper. Why they did not make this figure in the 70s and 80s, I will never know. It's awesome. It's a great army build. I actually bought it myself. I bought a bunch of these because I like to have, my little dioramas. Hey, Panther, good grab on that. Thank you. Okay, now let's do another set of these. This is the Power of the Force of versions of these. This includes all the last 17, along with all the figures that had coins. Started at a muck for these. These tend to not sell as much as well as the others, but I always loved the Power of the Force figures. I don't know, maybe because it was just something different. I don't know, and I like the coins. Yeah, or maybe it's just a painful reminder of how I used to walk into KB as a young adult. I was in 13, 14 years old. I was like, not a kid, and I saw these figures in a bin for $1, and how they're going for like 100 to 200 times that now. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And I'm just like, really? You're gonna do that? All right, guys, we have a Jawa figure here. This is 24. Good. This is a complete Jawa, complete with original little rifle there, or droid stun rifle with the robe and a nice little card back to go with it. It's a beautiful figure. We're starting at $1. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for that. Okay. All right, guys. What are we doing here? Got a couple of. Unfortunately, I didn't have any Boba Fett's today, so here's my little Bounty Hunter 4 pack. I have no Zuckuses or Boba Fett's. We have a Dengar. We have I do have a Zuckus, but I always know him as Forlorn. Like, he has a little bit of weird paint on his head, and an IG-88. This is your Bohemian Rhapsody Quartet, and I'll give you one card back for that. But we're gonna start that at $1 for 4 figures. Can't beat that. We got a beater lot coming, guys. Got one more. Got a. Thank you for that, Sky King. Appreciate it. All right. Is this the real thing, or is it fantasy? All right. I don't know if there's any interest in this, but I'm going to put it out there just to see. This is. Oops. Sorry, there's Gibby number 4. I guess I'll run that since we're past 100. Let me do that first. The Gibby is for the Death Squad Commander. All right. So this is the Empire Mix and Match storybook. Okay, it's a vintage. It's actually from my PC personal collection. Okay. So it's been used. Got to be careful. The spiral has started to go kind of on the right here. All right. But it's one of these things where you tell a story. If you have kids and you can change, you tell a story like R2D2 was hiding in a rock on Tatooine Desert when a Jawa came along and vacuumed it into a sandcrawler where old droids were stored. Then you turn to the next one and it's Luke Skywalker and it changes to, the different. Whoops, went too far. Just realized. I skipped one over here. Sorry. Yeah, Yoda was looking for his Gimmer stick in Dagobah Swamp. Slimy creature should have. Anybody remember this? It's kind of like Mad Libs, and then you could change it, right? You can skip these to like other ones and change the story, change the characters, change and just make it kind of funny. So it's just a cool thing. It has been used, but I will run it for $1 for anyone interested in something like this. It's kind of an interesting little piece of vintage goodness. All right, we ran all of those. Okay, this. Everything else on this table can run. All right, so we're just about done, guys. We got about 5 or 6 more items, and then we're going to call it a night. I'll get the stuff packed up and sent out in the morning. Ericar, good grab on that. Thank you. All right, so folks, got my last one here, guys. This is my favorite of this series. This is the Han Solo Retro Collection Trooper figure, the one that we never got to go with Luke. It's here. There it is. Whoever wins this, I'm going to include the box. Okay? The box comes with this particular figure. It's the last figure of that set. If somebody bought more than one of these, I will put them both in the box. but to me, this was the creme de la creme of the figures that came out of this. I loved them all, but that was the one because I just never had it. But ironically, thank you, Eric Carr, not the most top-selling figure of the day from that set. Interestingly enough, it's just interesting which figures go for how much, you know. All right, guys, we have an 8D8 figure. This is circle on both hips, nice and white, good color. Comes with a pop missing. Okay, there's the pop missing, but it is the original card back. And I believe this was the original card back that this figure actually came with. I'll start for $1. Oops. Death Squad Commander is down, and we haven't announced our winner yet for the final gibby. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate, buddy Kudo. We appreciate the person. Okay. We have one last set of Garbage Pail Kids, courtesy of Florida Man 77. 5, 6, 7, 8, and they come with the little plastic covers. Colt, man, you really want these. Oh, whoa. He knows how much it was. Colt, check out my 2 o'clock show on Sunday. I have more. I'll run some more for you. I'll 10 at a time. Colt is determined. All right, buddy. These are all yours. Let's add them to your box. Okay. We have a set of droids, and these are the droid figures card back and the Ewok figure card back. And the giveaway winner, Rocket Toys and Customs. You get the Death Squad Commander for Gibby. Thank you for following. I appreciate it. All right, so the droids anyway, there's about 20 droid packs, including some previously unreleased figures, and about 12 Ewok. Or no, yeah, 12 Ewok. All right. Congrats on that. Cool. And we got a full set of magnets. The 5 Star Wars, the 3 Empire, and the 8 Return of the Jedi. So, 16 magnets altogether. Oops, sorry, Empire, you're upside down. All right. We'll start this at 5. These are the... And give me some time, guys, but I'll get to work on a set of the original 12 back refrigerator magnets. Okay, I'll get to work on those. Rarely, Sky King. I have trouble getting them. You know what I mean? I'm trying to. The best I can hope for is if I can find like a lot of them, and I do. I look for lots, and I do try to find them. You know, and I try to find them loose, frankly, because the reality of it is on Whatnot, it's difficult to. Oh, guys, thank you for making this purchase. That's wonderful. It's difficult for me to justify the cost if I buy like 4 droids or 4 Ewok figures, and then try to sell them on Whatnot because people want to get the cheaper deal. But if I can find them as a loose figure, that would be better. So anyway, all right, let's see. I think we have 3 more items, guys. All right, let's talk about this one. All right, so this is another open blister. Now, I will tell you, this one appears to have been kind of either re-glued, but really more of a tacky glue, so it could be very easily removed. All right, so I don't want to mess with it too much, guys, because it is actually, of the figures that we ran today, this is the most closest to carded that I can say. You know, it's a really beautiful figure. It's complete. It's Wicket. It's his spear. It's on the card. You can tell that it's been taken off the card, right? But it came like this with a little bit of tackiness on it. Okay, so you could very easily remove that. It feels like it would just kind of. I mean, it might tear a little bit more. I don't know. I wouldn't. You know, again, I recommend this is like a starter carded figure, but it is a beautiful card. It is punched, but it is a beautiful card. It's the cleanest card I have. Okay, it's a beautiful one. All right, we'll start it at 20. Please bid higher than 20. So check back with me, guys. I have a couple more of these open blister figures that I will put up in future shows. All right. Now, as I'm getting ready to wrap up, guys, is any individual loose figures that somebody might be thinking about that I haven't run or you didn't see me run? Because I have my new little drawer system here and I can pull something out. But for now, let's throw out a beater lot. Okay, we got a, you know, these are all, you know, paint, their hair paint. You know, these are some of these are better than beaters, honestly. Okay, like this Lando is actually. Where am I putting this Lando? I don't think this Lando's a beater. I'm not gonna put. Oh, I know why. This Lando's got a little paint rub on his crotch area. Yeah, these Landos all have some hair issues. Okay, we got the face, some of the face stuff on the Lukes. Okay, we got a real scratched up vest on Ninum. This Luke's face is pretty good, but his hands kind of got painted up. So there's some decent figures here. The standard paint rub on the hands. All right, so I would say that these are better than beaters. I don't have anybody here missing their head. I don't have anybody missing. You know, this is a decent thing. Again, just mostly a lot of these things have like just some hair loss. Okay, or a little bit of loose limb and a little bit of this. Okay, so you're talking about like 15 figures here or something, guys. I'm gonna run this as a bit of a more of a lot. This Ugnaughts seen better days. Looks like he's seen stuff, man. He's been through stuff. And then Lobot just a little loose limbed. Okay, so not a bad lot of figures. Okay, but we'll start it at $1. All right, again, if you have any last minute suggestions, otherwise I'm going to call it a night. I have one more thing after this, and then we'll bid our farewell. Florida man's in. I think some of these might have come from you. R2s. Hang on a minute. I mean, they're not the best R2s, but I got one more I can run. All right. Good grab on that, Florida man. I'm sure these will be featured in some of your shows, and I'll probably win some of these back from you. All right. And somebody asked about an R2. This does not have a working click, but it is a 77 R2. So I'll run it for $1. And it does have the standard Bisbin Han. Hang on. Bespin Han. Let me see here. Robot. Best of Leia. Best of I got one. All right, Colt. Good grab on that. And here's a Bizbin Han. Now, it's got a little bit of weirdness there on his face with the cheek, and a little bit of paint rub on his hand, on his chest there. But all right, and I think I will call it after Bespin. Why? One more thing after Bespin. I always run the card back. So I'll run that first, and then. Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. I'll run one more thing just because it's sitting on the table here. Hey, man. Thank you, Colt. Thank you for all your purchases. I very much appreciate it. I'm going to run a 9-num, guys, because I think it was meant to be stored, and I didn't have room for it. And it's a good 9-num. All right. Hey, Milkman, great. Thanks for the purchase. All right. So this is a really nice 9-num. Like, look at the back. I use that as a gauge. That back is perfect. There is not a single thing on there. A little bit on the heels, but I'm looking at that back. You never see one that clean. So I think I meant to put this in storage, but I'm like, you know what? It's sitting here. I'll run it. Because why not? My show didn't run too long today, so that's good. And I'll get this stuff packed up, hopefully, quickly. The good thing is I don't have any huge items, so. And anybody in the tri-state area, I'm going to be running I do an annual Star Wars yard sale. And that'll be happening the 25th, 6th, 7th, and 8th of June. So if you're in like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, like Southern Connecticut, Eastern Pennsylvania, you will definitely want to try to stop by. Because I got a lot of, this is where I'm going to try to run a lot of bigger items because that I don't want to run here because it's too expensive to ship. All right, guys, last thing of the night. Star Wars. Empire only, no repacks. Jedi only, no repacks. This is all of the collector coins and the droids and Ewoks. Run it for, well, I'm going to run it for a little more than $1. Actually, change that. I'm going to actually run this a little more shipping because it's always a little bit heavier. That'll run it at $1. So. And that'll be it for today, guys. Yeah, Rockets, Toys, and Customs, you have a bronze Tashi station. So make sure if you make any purchases, you can check out the crown at the top. Guys, you're awesome, man. Thank you, Erikar. You were the best. All right. I love this community. I love you guys. I appreciate your support. We, again, going to be back on Sunday, 2 p.m. It's going to be a mixed show, modern and vintage. I think that's how I'm going to do that. I was actually chatting with Mike Lilly on my channel. Or is it Erikar or Mike Lilly? I forget which one. Erikar and Mike both made comments, but I don't know which one. But they said, yeah, maybe running modern, running a mix might be a better thing. So, thank you, E5D8, Bernani. You're the best. All right, guys. You're awesome. Thank you all. Go see Mandalorian and Grogu. I will keep it spoiler free on this chat. Yes, thank you. I hope to see you the next time by Cloudy Sci-Fi. By the time I get out here, the next time, I hope to have seen it again. But if I don't get to see it tomorrow, I'm definitely seeing it on Monday. And starting next weekend, whenever we have our shows, it's full. We are discussing the movie. We're discussing characters and Easter eggs and all sorts of stuff. All right. Won't do that on Sunday. I'll still keep it spoiler-free talk. But after that, I want to talk about, everybody's what their favorite part, favorite character, favorite scenes. All right. Yes. No 3D, Cloudy. Thank you. At least not in the AMC theater I was in. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to raid somebody. I don't know. I was going to raid Ultimate DJ, but he apparently is not running tonight, I don't think. If he is, I will run him. All right. But this is the way, guys. May the Force and the toys be with you. Let's see who's out there to raid. I don't know who's out there. Jedi Mind Bricks. Let's go to Jedi. Let's raid Jedi. Here we go.